This is, you know what it is. I don't even need to introduce us.
Yar.
This is exactly what you know it is. You came to the right fucking place. Because this is Super Bowl week.
Super Bowl week. Heck yeah.
Week leading up to the big bowl.
This is going to be a little short one because we're only predicting one game. And Titus has a class at 12:30 and I woke up too late.
Exposed.
We're recording a podcast.
Oh my god, what the fuck are you doing?
Fucking roommates.
Classic Trey Skates. Go check out his new video, Trey Bakes. It's on his channel probably soon, I would imagine. Yeah, so we're just doing the one prediction thing, Bob.
Yar. So let's just get into it, I guess. Chiefs are 16-2 and Bucks are 14-5.
It's true.
Yeah.
And I'm just very excited for the Super Bowl because there's a lot of interesting things to say about this specific quarterback matchup.
Yeah.
For example, it's the largest gap between starting quarterbacks' ages. When you think about how young Patrick Mahomes is and how old Tom Brady is, because Tom Brady's old as fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an insane little battle that is gonna come around, and if Patrick Mahomes beat him, maybe he'll be able to make the case for being the GOAT later into his career, because at that point, 2 Super Bowls in a row, beat who everyone thought it was the GOAT in the Super Bowl, etc. So
yeah. I mean, you guys probably are flooded with pictures of when Mahomes was little comparatively to when Tom Brady won his first Super Bowl. I think Mahomes was 6 years old when Tom Brady won his first Super Bowl.
Wild. So
it's pretty crazy, the age comparison. And also the stats for Mahomes' first 45 games comparatively to Tom Brady's 46 first career games. He's better than Tom Brady in every single category. And the only one that's not, or the one that Tom Brady has over Patrick Mahomes
Super Bowl wins.
is Super Bowl wins. But this is Patrick Mahomes' 46th game and first career games. So we're going to see if he's going to win a second Super Bowl, because at this time Tom Brady won 2 Super Bowls. Mm-hmm. So Patrick Mahomes can tie and be better in all the rest of the stats.
And a lot of things has already started heating up for the offseason, but I think we'll just focus on the Super Bowl for now, and maybe we'll get into more offseason transactions in a different episode, once the actual season has blown over and we can start talking about what's next for all these teams that worked so hard this season, or maybe didn't work so hard this season. JETS, just. Let's go. Chiefs versus Bucks for 25 points. By the way, Caleb's in the lead 135. I'm losing by 30. I'm at 105 in the overall playoff game we're doing, predicting shit. This is for 25 points. Who wins the Super Bowl? Who is the world champion? Chiefs or Bucks?
So I was talking to my cousin yesterday, and he was like, "What is the predictions?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm going to have to do my predictions early, because that's what we do. We do the score predictions for the Super Bowl." And I went a little high with 35-30 Chiefs, but I think I'm going to change that.
Oh,
so I'm sorry, cousin Nolan, but I'm going to have to change my predictions. And the score is going to be 30-28 Chiefs.
He still got the Chiefs. So You're looking for the repeat. I'm also looking for the repeat. I also have the Chiefs in a similarly close game. I have them 27-24. I think defenses will come in clutch, as, the saying goes, defense wins Super Bowl. I don't think we'll see that much success from the Chiefs-Buccaneers side as far as total accumulating of yards, but the defenses will set them up in good positions to score, at least. So I feel like that's a good score range for that narrative. Yeah, so the final scores for each team is 15 points each. So 10-pointer now. Who will have the most passing yards? Patrick Mahomes? Tom Brady? Chad Henne?
Imagine if Patrick Mahomes gets hurt. Yeah. That would be so bad. I don't know, because I can see both of it, but Tom Brady's passing yardage has been on the lower side, so I'm going to take Patty Mahomes on this because of his weapons and stuff, and I just don't believe Tom Brady is going to be able to be chucking it down the field, because I saw a stat. Panthers, when they won the Super Bowl early 2000s with, I forget his name, Holmes or whatever, but their starting QB, he had 3 touchdowns in the Super Bowl, and that was total for 136 through the air, like passing yards and stuff. Tom Brady, on the other hand, 18 passing touchdowns in the Super Bowl total, 133 total yards.
God damn.
So, like 18 total touchdowns throughout all the Super Bowls. Like all the Super Bowls he had 18 total touchdowns with 133 yards total.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So Tom Brady not really throwing the ball down the field to get big touchdowns. I mean, against the Eagles, he had 500 passing yards, but those weren't for touchdowns. They were short touchdowns, or he would pass it for a long bomb, but then they would get stopped short of the touchdown. So yeah, so that's why I'm picking Patty Mahomes.
All right, Patty. We wish you luck there. Who will have the most receiving yards? Also a 10-pointer.
Most receiving yards? See, I doubted my boy Travis Kelce last game.
He did.
I'm going to pick Travis Kelce.
God damn.
Yeah. Even though he didn't have the most receiving yards that game, he still had 120 yards. I forget how many he had, but that's why I'm going Travis Kelce.
Well, I'm going a different route. I'm actually going to the other team, and I'm looking for Mike Evans for the receiving yard champ of this game. And I just feel like he's bound to break out, kind of. He's been very consistent, but kind of quiet at the same time. You know, within honestly, the whole season, I would say. Everyone was thinking that he would, you know, get the receiving yard, I don't know, not record, but like most receiving yards of this season. Mm-hmm. Just because they had Tom Brady, but, you know, Tom Brady's been splitting up the ball a bit more. But I think Mike Evans will still surpass everyone else, at least for this one game.
Interesting.
And Patrick Mahomes will probably be dispersing the ball more, and I feel like they have a more profound running game, and Patrick Mahomes can always run it himself. He's good at that. So I think Tom Brady's one of his first thoughts when he gets pressured is, let's get it to Mike Evans, and that's what I'm hoping for in order to win those 10 points. So next one, 10 points. Who will have the most rushing yards?
I don't know about this one, Le'Veon Bell. No, I'm just joking. But I don't, because the rushing games for both teams haven't been that strong. Mm-hmm. I don't think they had a 100-yard rusher for a while. I haven't been really following that throughout the playoffs or throughout the end of the year. Bucks and the Chiefs both didn't have a 100-yard rusher in the championship game this past weekend or 2 weekends ago. So I'm going to say Allaire guy. Edwards-Helaire.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yes. I need to learn how to pronounce his name because I need to get better pronouncing names because I'm so bad at it. But, yeah, I just believe that the Chiefs are going to be up big or early, and they're just going to run the ball, hopefully. I mean, they're not really known for running the ball when they're up or have a huge lead, but I think this is going to be different.
Interesting. I'm actually, once again, going to the other side of the field. I'm choosing Leonard Fournette, ex-Jaguar. I feel like he's been kind of undervalued by his organization throughout the later half of the season. I don't think he was playing particularly well either, but like, not yesterday. Last week or the last game he played, I think he had the most rushing yards, at least out of the running backs in his group, and he had some really amazing runs, one of them for a touchdown, and I just felt like he was so energetic. And he was so ready to be in playoff football for a first time in who knows how long because he was with the Jaguars. I'm just like thinking that he will carry that energy and that, you know, success into this game. And I just have this feeling that the Chiefs won't rely on the rushing game so much. Like they'll do it in just like certain scenarios, but they're not going to end up getting any big rushing momentum or like big rushing gains. And Mahomes will just, you know, do what he does and sling it.
I can see that. Fournette popped off against the Packers. He had that one amazing run, and he was the rushing leader for that game between both sides. So I can see that totally.
Yeah. So next, another 10-pointer, which we had as a prop bet last time. Which player scores the first touchdown?
Let me think about this. Why don't you say your guy first, and then I will say mine, because I need to think about this one for a second.
Okay. I chose Chris Godwin. I think I chose him last week too for that matchup. I don't remember.
Yeah, because we...
No, yeah, I did. Yeah, we both had Chris Godwin and Mike Evans ended up getting it, which, fair. I'm still going with him because I feel like he's been pretty successful in the end zone. I just feel like I can imagine a world where Buccaneers get the first touchdown, maybe not the first score, but the first touchdown, and things are looking up, but then Patrick Mahomes and basically every playoff game he's ever won was a comeback. So he's just going to do that. Maybe not a huge comeback, but, a little momentum where the Chiefs have to be thinking like, oh, we're a bit behind, and then they get going.
Via the Bills game when they were down 9-0, and then throughout the entire playoffs when they won the Super Bowl, I'm going to pick Tyreek Hill. It's going to be a bomb to Tyreek Hill to open the play, and Andy Reid is going to be letting everyone know that he's here.
Let him know
that his team has come to play ready in the fucking Super Bowl and just going to play lights out, because Andy Reid, or at least for the Eagles, is known for long passes or bombs to start out the game and to get his offense like electric, and that's the time to do it. The offense and defense, or the defense would be caught off guard because they're not expecting a bomb on the first play, but yeah, that's what I say.
So, Caleb, you chose Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Tyreek Hill. You're choosing all Chiefs, baby. And you're like, it's only a 30-28 score, but they're going to have all the stat leads.
Yep.
That's unbelievable, man.
Yep.
God damn. All right, what occurs first? These are all the 5-pointers that are new now, okay?
Okay.
What occurs first? An interception, a fumble recovery, a safety, or a turnover on downs, meaning like the offense goes for a fourth down, but they miss it, and then turnover on downs. Not like a punt away, That's not what I mean.
I'm going to say turnover on downs.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, I'm actually saying pick. I'm thinking it'll be probably a Tom Brady pick in the second quarter. That's kind of where my head's at. I just can't see many fourth down attempts too early in the game, and I just know that a defensive move will have to really be made in the first half to really just like get Tom Brady fearful, or even Patrick Mahomes. Could happen to him too. So that's where my head's at. Unless, Andy Reid is like dick out and just fucking goes for a fourth down first drive, and then then maybe that could be the case. But
yeah,
otherwise, I don't really see a safety happening. I don't think either teams are really prone to fumbles.
Yeah, well, my thinking is that I just think that both teams are going to play aggressive, and they're going to have good ball security. I mean, I was going back and forth between the turnover and downs and a pick, but I decided to go with the turnover on downs because I just think that both teams are going to play very aggressive, and they're going to both trying to be like, we're here to play, like we're not messing around. So I think they're going to play aggressive to start out with.
All right. Here's a pretty simple one. There's only two options for this. Well, I guess there could be a third option of a tie, but which team records the most sacks? Chiefs, Bucks, or a tie between them? Or neither team gets a sack. that could also be an option.
I'm going to say the Bucks on this one. I just have more faith. Bucks. I have more faith in the Bucks defense to get to Patty Mahomes. I mean, I've seen Patty Mahomes play against the Dolphins, and once he's pressured, he struggles a little bit. I mean, he ultimately won that game, but he was sacked quite a few times by that Dolphins defense. I mean, I haven't seen him play throughout the year. I don't really know how that offensive line works. But if you pressure Patty Mahomes like the Bucks are able to do, then I think that the Bucks are going to have more sacks than Chiefs defense. But I can also see the Chiefs defense also getting more sacks than the Bucks defense because of Tom Brady not being able to escape the pocket and like collapsing around him. and Patty Mahomes has that elusiveness over Tom Brady. So I can see it going both ways, but I'm going to say Bucks since I've been picking Chiefs all this time.
That makes sense because Bucks did really kind of fuck up Aaron Rodgers' game, or maybe the offensive line just really sucked that day for the Packers. But we've seen Bucks have a lot of success when rushing the quarterback, and my only issue with that is that Patrick Mahomes is more elusive than Aaron Rodgers, at least at this point in his career. And, similar to Deshaun Watson, he can just kind of, like, run away or whatever. I just feel like Chiefs defense really needs to step up this game to make the fucking win happen. I feel like way too much pressure gets put on this offense sometimes. And defense just needs to take the load off, and they'll get to Tom Brady. I know how good Tom Brady is at throwing it away when he gets pressured, but I still think they'll manage to get a bit more, at least one more sack than the other side. So there's that.
I can see that.
All right, how many total field goals? No, that's not counting extra points. How many total field goals will be missed?
Missed?
Now think about the kickers. It's Butker and Sukup. Is that the Buccaneers one?
They're both fucking elite kickers, and they won't fucking miss a field goal.
You think 0?
I think 0. Cusack.
Oh, yeah, this is what everyone's talking about. NFL veteran kicker Soko bows back to reach Super Bowl.
I say 0. That's
I say
Super Bowl.
1. Just 1. And I'm thinking it'll be like towards the end of the game, maybe when is it like they're forced to do a super long one or something.
Yeah.
It would just be funny because I have Chiefs 27-24. Bucks would need a field goal to tie it, and then you just miss, and then Chiefs win. It'd be so funny. Another 5-pointer. Will there be a 2-point conversion made? Not just attempted, but made.
I say yes.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah. Bold predictions back to back. For the field goal one, I just think that they're not going to miss. It's bold because we've been seeing a lot more misses lately, the past few playoff games and ending the regular season. Tucker missing a big one. And then 2-point conversion. I don't know. It's just Eagles have been doing it a lot more. Teams around the league have been trying to convert 2-point conversions and being successful with it. So I think we're going to get a little ballsy, or someone's going to get a little ballsy and go for 2 and make it. So yeah.
There we go. And the last one, and this one's a bit hard to answer because it could range so easily. So I'm saying round it to the nearest 10. So if it's a 46-yarder, you'd have to round it to 50. Okay.
Okay.
So how long will the longest kick return be? Not punt return, kick return.
Wait. So will it go the other way? So if it's 44, will it go down to 40?
Yeah, it would go down to 40.
Okay. I don't know. That's a hard one.
Mm-hmm.
Cause normally they usually get 20 punt return, just punt return or kick return too.
Just kick return.
Okay, just for kick return. Cause if they run it, they usually get around to 20, 25. So I think the longest one. Can I say 35? Or does it have to end in the 0? Or is that 2 in the middle?
Man, we can round to the nearest 5 if you want.
Then it would have to hit 5 or.
Okay, no. That's not what I mean. I'm saying we can round to the nearest 5 so that if you're saying it would be 35, then if it's 36 or 34, then it would have to be 35.
Okay.
You'd get it right.
Okay, so it has to be.
But I just thought rounding it to the nearest 10 would make it easier to answer the question. But if you want to go 35, we can.
So I was going to say 35.
All right. 35 it is.
Okay.
I'm saying 40 yards. So we're pretty close, but.
Okay, so if it's 3 points away, so it's 37 or 43, you would get it then?
37? Oh, isn't that in between? No,
Yeah.
37 would be yours.
Okay.
Because think about it, 38 and 39 are mine, but 37 and 36 are yours. Because there's 4 numbers in between, so we'd split it up by 2.
Okay, and then if you got to 42, then that would also be yours?
Yeah.
Watch it be
Here, I will actually just fucking, to make it easier, 42 to 38 yards. And then 37 to 30.
I just want to say a quick stat by Emmanuel Achu. He was on the Eagles, and I really like him, but he was a former linebacker. But he just tweeted, Patrick Mahomes will play in 2 Super Bowls before ever losing an NFL game by more than 1 possession. The last time Patrick Mahomes lost by more than a possession, November 19th, 2016 versus Iowa State.
What the fuck?
He's 44-9.
So good. I mean,
Patrick Mahomes
obviously
is
he's
elite.
way too young to be in the GOAT conversation.
But
obviously.
yeah,
But you can't just like ignore it either.
Yeah.
The fact that he will be, or with the trends of things,
yeah.
is gonna be basically.
I mean, he could fall off a cliff.
Obviously.
But for the first like 45 games in his career, like I said earlier, comparatively to Tom Brady, he's literally outplayed him in every single stat so far.
But yeah,
Other
yeah.
than Super Bowls.
And it's like, obviously it's a tough game where anything could happen. He could, get injured and have to retire or whatever early. But we always talk about who's on track to get the next like big record and whatever. And he's basically on track to hit every single milestone at the youngest age you basically possibly could.
Yeah.
And so it's just like hard to just kind of ignore just because of the fact that he's young. But the thing is, he's already gotten an MVP. He's already gotten a Super Bowl win and MVP there. It's like, just because he's young doesn't mean like he hasn't gotten literally every accolade you could possibly
Yeah,
get
exactly.
from him.
It's crazy. I was going to say something, but just completely like, but he's only 25.
He's just
So
25.
he's very young, and he's got a lot more to play.
He's got a lot more football ahead of him.
Wish I could remember what I was going to say, but I think we're going to wrap up this episode because it's almost 12:30 and we don't have that much to talk about because I want to save the accolades, the NFL accolades awards for next week because I don't want to spoil like our results or like what we predicted.
Right. Once we find out the totals, then we'll do like a little throwback. It's like, this is what the original said. And we're like, oh, we were stupid. So,
it'll make that
be fun.
episode a little bit longer. Thank you guys for staying in tune and watching. And this is the second to last episode of the season. Kind of sad, but I want to continue the podcast at least, whether that's talking about just like life or football. I'm going to try to get a couple people on here to do interviews, and if you just want to see anyone be interviewed, just comment and I'll try to get an interview with them. Eagles fans particularly, because I know a few that might want to do it, so I'm going to start that up after the season. Love you guys. Peace.
Be that.